And it looks like my first guest is here. I'm talking to visual artist Queen Latifah. Hold on, let's get her in here. Yo, hey, how are you?
Hey, how are you? It's so delayed. I'm watching you on this phone and I'm talking to you on this phone. It's so delayed. It's crazy.
It's cool. It's all right. We're gonna make it work. I was just telling the people how excited I was to have you on the show today. Thank you for agreeing to chat with us.
Well, thank you for having me. It was crazy when you hit me up because you people always say God work in mysterious ways.
They
So
do.
when you messaged me and I was in a car, it was like I was actually like an hour ago talking to God, like, please send me some direction. Should I jump out there? Should I keep my art to myself? And then boom, I get a DM from you.
There you go.
So
The answer right there. Well, so glad I'm so glad to have you. And I was doing my research, and just getting to know a little more about you that I didn't know. And you absolutely have a story. I'm just in awe of your work too. You saw I had to post the other painting earlier that I saw on your Instagram, the Captured Soul. That is beautiful.
Yes, that's my baby. That will be revealed at one of my art shows. So that's my baby. That was something that, and it's crazy because when I work on art and I take a long time, that's the ones that really don't get no exposure. It's the ones that I do when I think that's simple is the
Yeah.
ones that get all the exposure. Everybody loved that project.
Oh
So
my gosh, it's gorgeous. Okay, I'm so excited. We're gonna get into the show and everything because again, girl, you got some skill and painting and artistry is in your blood, right?
yes, it was passed down from my father, actually, my late father. Father died in 92, and he can draw and paint or whatever, and now my daughter can as well. She just as good as I am.
She
She
is.
always she went to graphic art already. Like she passed the whole drawing paint and she on the graphic now. So yeah, it does run in my family.
See, that's what you want. You want her to take the torch and just keep going with it.
Yes, yes, and she is. She has her own IG page and she's definitely doing her thing. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Shout out to Little Queen out there. And so you're from Newark, New Jersey, right?
Yep, Brick City.
Okay, okay. And but you've been in North Carolina for quite some time, and when I
Yeah.
found that out, I had to ask, like, did that influence your art in any way? I mean, it's a big jump from Newark, New Jersey to North Carolina.
It definitely is. It didn't. It impacted my art, but it was in a way where it drastically stopped. When I graduated from high school, I went to an art school, arts high school in Newark, and growing up in an art school, all we learned about was white artists who passed away.
True,
So
very
when
true.
I left Jersey, I never picked up a paintbrush again. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not about to be broke. So I learned how to do hair. I worked in an African braiding shop. So yeah, I didn't pick up a paintbrush again. I didn't make space to even learn about my gift or about the black. So no one knew, even my husband, like he didn't know until one day I just sat down and just started painting.
Yep. Look, you have a gift, and what finally brought you back to your art? You said you stopped for 16 years.
Life, and growth, and knowing that I wasn't walking in my purpose really. I feel like purpose is not mixed in with what we do because any little thing can be your purpose. It could be somebody walking across the street and you saved their life. Purpose
Never
can
know.
be anything. So I was trying to find my voice. I know I have a voice, but it's like, do I supposed to speak God? Do I supposed to use my talent? how do I supposed to get your message and your grace and everything that you have put me through? How do I supposed to get it out? And I would not speak. I would not tell my story to anybody, to the point that it started to boil over. So, you know, where I met you on the radio.
Yeah.
And when I met you, that was my time look. I was trying to find my voice. And
yeah.
I got super, super sick. And God literally brought me to my knees. The only thing I had was a pen, a paper, and I started sketching. I had no other choice. It was not my choice. It was God's will that brought me back to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you touched on it a little bit on the circumstances in which you came from Newark, New Jersey. For those who didn't get the bio that I did, who didn't do the research, please tell us the circumstances that led you to come down here to North Carolina.
It was a lot of things. It was, you know, being raised in a city, trauma is every day. You wake up knowing that something is going to happen. Yeah. Like I grew up in an environment where I could look out the window and somebody would be running through my yard getting shot. Mm. That was my reality every single day. So when I got down here, it gave me a sense of peace. Or whatever, and it's like I'm getting emotional. I'm talking to you, so it's like I'm losing my focus. So it's like, what was your question? So I can get back to that exact point, because I can be very long-winded.
No, you are good. No, I was just asking you to share your story. You know, what you've been through, what led you to come down here to North Carolina.
It was a sense of I needed peace. My grandmother passed away right after I graduated from high school, and that's pretty much who raised me, along with you know, a few of my aunts. I was a child that got shipped around from family member to family member, and I didn't, you know, I was lost. So my brother moved down south, and he always kept telling me, you know, come down here, you know, you'll be able to grow. I was 18 years old. As an entrepreneur, I was doing hair, like making thousands of dollars, while my friends was just going off to college. Yeah. So when I got shot, pretty much, that's what it was. I got shot. I was a basketball player, and my freshman year in college, I couldn't play basketball no more. And it was like, I left. I literally left. I left with a fake $50 bill, and I got on the bus and left.
Yeah, look, and I'm glad you made that decision. Let me tell you, God makes no mistakes. And like you said, you've been through so much, and I met you on the radio. You know, I'm looking at you like, wow, your story is just so inspiring that nothing stopped you, and you had all type of odds against you. And, you know, you touched on your radio show, you know, you focused on politics and Black equality, and your show was with K97.5, right?
Right. I shout out to Derek Baker. You know, Derek ain't here no more, but that's who allowed me to create a show and put it on K975 platform. You know, without any like real like, you know, experience, it was a blessing. It was a blessing. I started off as an intern. I interned under Sean Alexander, and then that's what is you know, a little morning show.
Yeah. Now, and since of course you're an artist and a host, you know, of your own show, immersed in politics, I have to ask. Just recently, I think Greensboro was the latest city to get added to the list of cities that are painting Black Lives Matter murals in downtown areas. So what is your take, you know, from an artist standpoint, what is your take on these murals and what they represent?
Oh, that is deep. That's deep because we didn't ask for that. You know, we didn't ask for that. Anybody could come in the middle of the night and vandalize the art. It's beautiful, but it's misdirected. It's a photo op. it became a photo op. I feel like I wanted to stick to what we want, which is equality. I want to stick to what we want, which is basically begging for basic civil rights. We have to beg for somebody to be civil.
Yeah.
So the last thing I want to do is go paint Black Lives Matter. We already know that. I don't need.
We're trying to understand that.
Huh?
We're trying to get them to understand that.
Yeah, but you can't force love down somebody who naturally hates skin color. You know how basic that is? That's too much energy and about white.
The current movement that we're seeing right now in the social climate.
Art is really important because art depicts
a little brief. There we go.
I don't know what happened.
It's all right. We had a little brief intermission there, but I'm glad you're back.
But I was just quickly saying, like, well, I was long-winded with it, but I was saying pretty much we can't even get past basic color.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to keep begging a group of people, a majority of people who was raised to think that we're less than human. They were, you know, raised on that. So why would we waste our time keep trying to fight? Accept me, accept me. I'm going to make sure I write Black Lives Matter. Because when they see the color black or hear the color black, they don't think of it as we do. They just think of the term that they created with a negative meaning.
Yeah. And I have a question. Something you said made me think of it. What is your opinion? Where do you think art stands? How important is it in the current movement that we're seeing right now in the social climate?
Art is really important because art depicts our history. That's what's left for our kids. You know, the most important, powerful painting, the depiction of white Jesus, you know, changed visually, immensely changed society in our mindset. So art right now is very important, but what I think Black artists need to do is step out of what white people created as art.
Yeah.
Our stories are different. We have go ahead, Tia.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, so it is very important. There's a lot of artists in Durham. My favorite in Durham is Gemini. I love Gemini paintings. It's a guy who did a beautiful painting downtown Durham. His IG is at Son of Simba. He did a beautiful mural. So the fact that they're allowing artists to do it, I love it. The fact that they are painting Black Lives Matter everywhere, I feel like it's a mockery. It's not what we're supposed to be doing. It becomes a photo op.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with you on that notion. And you touched on it a little bit. What are some of your artistic influences?
And you know, when you had wrote me, you was talking about, you know, the things you're gonna talk about. You know, me, I'm like, oh wait, let me make sure I got their names right in my head. You know, let me Google. That's not me. You know, that's really not me. I was taught about white art history, and there's a lot of beautiful, you know, Black artists like Basquiat, but I feel like art is different ways than just visual. So I don't know like a list of Black artists off the top of my head, and that's a part that I'm still learning. Like that's a journey. That's, you know, something that I'm getting to because I just started painting again.
Right, absolutely. I can understand that. And no, we don't want you to spit off the list on Google.
No.
You were given a few in North Carolina, in the Durham area, that you appreciate their work. So I was thinking if you had any others that you wanted to highlight off the top of the head. But one thing I wanted to talk about is your Black Hue collection. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Black Hue, whew, that's my baby. I only showed one piece from that collection that I'm working on, And that's the piece that everybody was raving about, which is crazy because it was, to me, it was just like a simple girl showing her chocolate body with her afro and, you know, advertising just the name of the movement, which is Black Q. So my goal is to have a big collection. My goal is to end up with a show, telling not just through art, but actually talking to Black people of all different colors and backgrounds. And I want them to talk about their stories. So we can basically understand that Black is just a color. Don't minimize me to a color on my palette. Black is a frequency that connects us through our trials and our tribulations. You know what I'm saying? Like, so Black Q is really to describe that, to understand that let's get past that, even within our own culture. Let's get past it and let's get to the bigger picture of just accepting each other and loving each other and learning from each other. So that's what Black Q is about. It's showing all hues of Blackness, because none of our shades are Black. We're, you know, browning up.
Right. Absolutely. You're right about that. And look, I can't keep my eyes off of those paintings behind you. Can you give us a little sneak peek? What are we looking at here?
Okay, so I'll start off with my new collection of art. It's really showing that I can paint on anything. A canvas is just not it, and this is my interior, like, home collection that I'm creating.
Okay.
That's my husband behind the camera.
Look, this is all gorgeous.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. And how long typically do your paintings take you?
I can work on paintings for years. This one right here, you can show her this one a little bit. But you can see, I've been working on her for a long time.
Oh, wow. Just adding to it as you go?
Yep. And these ones right here, like this one right here, this is like these are paint pours, like resin. So this can typically take me like less than an hour to do.
Oh, wow.
These are the ones that release stress. This is my stress relievers. Abstract art is my stress relievers. I like painting energy.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are gorgeous. And you're thinking about doing an art showcase, is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Tell us about that.
You remember Deneen?
Yes, I do. I love Deneen.
Yes, that's my mentor, that's my sister. So we just had a talk today about the direction of, you know, how I'm gonna start marketing my art and just utilizing social media and utilizing the fact that God stopped everybody. So everybody's really behind a camera right now doing the same exact thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it messed me up with, as far as like really planning it, because I was looking for a location. So now I have to, you know, revamp and see how I can do it virtually and get the message across, because the bigger project is my interactive art center that I'm working on. So everything, you know, is building. It's building.
Yeah, it's levels. And I think a virtual art showcase would be perfect. You know, they're doing everything virtual now. And I think that would actually fit a virtual setting, because what you got now that I'm looking at is beautiful work. So you should definitely be proud of it. And you're a busy woman, you know. You also have a business named, is it Eat, Paint, Love? Is that right?
Yes, that's the business I have with my family. Yes. So my husband is a chef. Y'all can follow him at Chef Raw Kitchen. And my daughter is an artist as well, and her IG is The Afro Artist. You know, I control it because I do not play that. But yeah, so we combine the three, and we do a lot of caterings, a lot of in-home private dinners. I do a lot of paint parties, a lot of private paint parties, a lot of stuff that I don't post because we do a lot of private, intimate events. So yeah, so basically we brought it together, and eventually we'll have a bigger business together, but I don't want to give nobody, you know, ideas yet.
Okay, you know, gotta keep it for yourself, gotta tuck it away for a little bit before you're ready to share it with everybody. I'm not bad at that.
Yes,
But
yes.
Look, it looks like you're gaining quite a few supporters here. Tell us how people can keep up with your work and any future events, virtual or not, that you are going to be planning.
My IG handle at Dope Ass Artist or just Queen Latifah with two E's, not an I. Or I post on our other IG as Food Art Love, or you can just put in Eat Paint Love. And my IG, I mean my husband IG at Chef Fry Kitchen. That's pretty much it. I'm real big on IG. Our website eatpaintlove.com. I took it down until I update this video. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, look, keep me up to date on your virtual art showcase so I can tell everybody about it. Your work is amazing. It definitely belongs to be shared to the world along with your story. Thank you for just chatting with me for a little bit today. You don't understand how excited I was about this interview today.
No, you don't understand how I was excited when you hit me up. Like, I miss seeing you in the hall. Just that smile, like I miss you. I really do.
Yeah, look, I miss you too. COVID needs to go away so we can all be around each other again, okay?
We newlyweds. You know?
Yes. Look, now I can tell you again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Look, you have an amazing family. More blessings to each and every one of you. I hope you stick around. Are you going to stick around for the rest of the show?
I am.
All right, thank you, thank you. Well, love you, girl. I'll talk to you. All right, that was Queen Latifah, everybody, visual artist. I really can't wait for that virtual showcase though. That sounds really cool. Okay, I like art. I just, maybe I should try to paint. Maybe not. Maybe I should leave that to her. But are we ready?